It's going now.
The mental health system in North Carolina is a terrible mess. The reform of the North Carolina mental health care system, which includes people with developmental disabilities and addiction, has resulted in chaos. The mental health care crisis in North Carolina is causing untold suffering in patients, consumers, and their families. The crisis results in an enormous loss of earning potential and interferes with our children's education. People who need treatment are flooding our emergency rooms and filling our jails and prisons. These words can be found at the ncmentalhealthvote.org on the very top of the page. These words are 100% accurate. I deal with this on a daily basis by caring for my brother. My name is Kathy Banks, and today I'll be giving a persuasive speech on North Carolina should quit cutting the mental health budget. According to Dave Richard, Executive Director of the ARC of North Carolina, and the ARC is the leading advocacy organization for the handicapped people throughout the U.S., North Carolina is 43rd in the country in per capita spending for mental health, just $300 per person per year in state funds. Not only does this impact people with disabilities and their families across North Carolina, but it also affects the economy. It is time to get serious and tell the elected officials that there is a crisis. We are having a crisis here in North Carolina, and we are dealing with that a lot, caring for my brother. He has been living with us for 2 years, and he has been staying with me and my fiance. He works, me and my fiance work full-time, and when we first got my brother, we realized that he was going to have 24-hour supervision. We then had to go to the ARC of North Carolina, which provided us services pretty quickly with mentor help. They provided us with 10 hours of personal care and 10 hours of developmental therapy. The personal care hours covered his bathing needs, his teaching him how to do simple tasks as washing his face, brushing his teeth, and doing simple things around the house so that he could help us and take some stress off of our lives. The developmental therapy was to cover him being picked up from school and to also have him active in the community and to also let us make goals for him so that he could help make our lives a little easier. During this process, it's been a very tough process. The mentors were not always very dependable. We had to leave work all the time because they didn't show up to pick him up. So that was very hard, but any help that we could get was very helpful. So we have, had a tremendous loss. We lost 10 hours at the beginning of this year. We lost his personal care hours. I then had to cut my hours back at work. I did work 8 to 5, and I had to start working 8 to 4 so that I could be home for him a little bit earlier. The 10 hours that we did have with developmental therapy was still very helpful, but as of March 16th, those services were cut as well, and now we are at a loss and we don't really know what to do. We decided that we probably needed to look into a group living environment, which is a group home. The closest we could find that had any availability was in Camden County. Camden County is about 2.5 hours away, and we were very nervous just because you don't want to put a family member in a group home where you can't, check on them on a regular basis. So this has been a very hard decision for us. John's sister, my fiance, does live in Elizabeth City, however, and she said that she would go and check on him on a regular basis for us. So we were very satisfied with that and thought that we had a solution. As of this week, we got a phone call on Wednesday when we were getting all the paperwork ready, getting everything almost ready for him to be admitted into the home. We got a phone call on Wednesday stating that the group living funds have also been cut. So now we don't know where to go. We have tried so hard over the last 2 years to gain services and support for him, and everything that we have done has been ended and all the services have been cut. So we ask of you today if you can please help us by maybe going to the ncmentalhealthvote.org and checking out the website, reading some of the stories and commenting on those, and taking a vote and stating your opinions. Thank you very much.